The data is in, and realtors continue to quit the housing market in groves, a mass exodus, if you will, of real estate agents completely leaving the industry, because the reality is we have even more realtors than we do actual homes for sale. So in other words, there just is no business to go around to feed all of these people. And if you're a realtor and you're watching this video, you pay attention to what I'm saying, because here's what I'm saying. If you want to survive in this housing market as a realtor, what you're going to need to do is stop the cheerleading, start developing credibility, start, allowing yourself to be trusted by accessing and understanding the data. When I train realtors, and I'm a cheerleader of the cheerleaders, it gives me a unique opportunity to tell them, stop cheerleading, start using the data and showing people what to be cautious of and how to find a great deal. The problem is, you guys, and why so many realtors are leaving the industry, so many realtors are behind on their bills, because they stay stuck in cheerleading. And honestly, you guys, cheerleading really isn't that big of a skill. It's not that big of a skill. A bigger skill is acknowledging the data, understanding the data, being cautious with other people's investments, not YOLOing and adding to the fear of missing out. So I have a lot of compassion for the realtors that, a lot of them that I know are great realtors, but there's also realtors that, they don't understand what's going on, and they were taught to cheerlead instead of be cautious. And unfortunately, not all, but some realtors do take advantage of emotional, reckless, specifically first-time homebuyers. I've seen it happen a lot. I hate it. It should stop. So I don't have a lot of compassion. What we're going to see as people continue to leave the real estate industry is we're going to see the strong survive. So as consumers, that can actually help us, because it's going to weed out a lot of the more weaker realtors that are not taking their job seriously. Because the reality is being a realtor is a very, very important duty to society, right? But not cheerleading. Data analyzing, providing data, market analysis, and that's what they should do. And if you're a realtor watching, learn how to do market analysis. Just watch my live videos. I go through an entire market analysis and start understanding yourself what a great deal looks like. But regardless, you guys, we're going to jump into 2 articles and understand I'm not a financial advisor, even though my bio is as someone that does train realtors, that does cheerlead realtors, and that screams at the top of my lungs to the realtors eye to eye saying, stop the cheerleading, start the cautious, data-driven attitude, right? Develop trust, right? Give us a good reputation again. So anyways, for that effort, at least in my heart, that's what I'm trying to do. You guys, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, shoot me a comment below, hit notifications. But either way, let's get started on this video now. So the first thing is we have to ask ourselves the obvious question is why are so many realtors quitting? And that is because sales are down massively. As you can see here, this is the Redfin chart, you guys. Sales are down. As you guys can see here, new listings alone are down 20%, 20.7% year over year. All right. So that's just new listings. But look at pending sales. Let's go to pending sales now. Pending sales is down 28.99% year over year. So that's a massive, massive rug pull, you guys. And essentially the entire real estate industry got rug pulled as well. There's really not enough time to adapt to roughly a 30% drop in business. The only way to adapt is, if you're a realtor not making money, is to quit or get another job so that you can pay your bills, right? Because the thing is with realtors is it's generally 1099 income. So if they're not closing, they can't pay their bills. So it can get really scary, as a realtor. And I'm not saying anything close to that's an excuse to lead people into potential financial ruin. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're struggling as a realtor, you may want to get a second job or try something else, right? Because it's about to get even harder than you've probably ever experienced, right? Just depending on how long you've been a realtor, but you probably are going to go through something that you've never experienced before in the coming years. So looking at Yahoo Finance, you guys probably remember me referencing this article, but if you don't remember, let me just remind you guys that 31% of real estate agents in the US couldn't afford their rent. Think about that. So if you can't even make enough money to pay your rent, why would you continue to be a real estate agent? Real estate is not easy, right? It's easy when it's easy, But when it's difficult and when people really need us, it gets really hard because it's harder and people make less money. But again, think about that for a minute. 31% of real estate agents couldn't afford to pay their rent in December. Okay. And just reading this one paragraph here, to be sure, it's a competitive career. The National Association of Realtors saw its membership rise to an all-time high of 1.56 million in 2021, up from 1.49 million the year before. But with available inventory dropping off a cliff and interest rates on the rise, many agents are floundering. And again, that's just going to get worse unless you do what I'm saying. It will get better for you. If you stop the cheerleading and you start being cautious, you start educating people on how to find a great deal, it's going to get a lot better for you. I can almost guarantee you that. And here's the beautiful thing about the data and understanding how to use the matrix and doing market analysis. Most agents don't know how to do that. So whether you've been doing this for 1 year or 10 years, understanding the data and using it to educate people can put you light years ahead of the competition. But again, the problem is most people aren't doing that, which is why it's so valuable if you do. And my mother taught me there's two things that I need: honesty and transparency. She said, as long as I have honesty and transparency, that I will do very well in real estate. And I was like, really, Mom? That's all I need to do? And lo and behold, she was right. That's really all you need to do. You need to be honest and you need to be transparent. Let's move into the next article now. The article is from VN Express International. Again, it will be linked in my description. Name of the article is half of real estate agents lose their job amid market slump. So, and that was as of the end of last year. Things are a lot more worse, you guys. To have half of the realtors lose their job, it's kind of hard to imagine, right? But this is going to go into King, right? So King lost his job as a real estate broker 4 months ago when his company laid off most of its employees. The medium-sized company, which offers broker services in HCMC and southern provinces, and essentially things got much worse as banks announced credit tightening. And really, there wasn't even that much credit tightening. I think they just, I think they're talking about specifically, you guys, the higher interest rates and unaffordability. Transactions have dried up since May. All right. So everything was great. And then we hit the peak. Property sales were not good while marketing costs ran into the billions. And so developers delayed payment of commissions to the company. Oh, this is saying that they didn't even pay their agents commission. That's messed up. So, it's hard enough for some honest agents, I'm saying honest agents, to make money, but to make money and then have your own employer withhold that commission, imagine that, you guys. So the brokerage firm was doing so bad, they couldn't pay out the commission. It had to start sacking staff by September, starting with a few dozen before laying them off by the hundreds amid reports that the market could be even worse in 2023. And that's my fear at the job I work for right now. I absolutely love the company I work for, but I am worried because I don't know how much longer they can afford to keep me. I'm a salaried employee. And I'm not in sales, so it does worry me, just to be honest with you guys. The ship sinks fast in real estate. If the company is not pulling in money, it goes down so fast, you guys. Vice Chairman of Vietnam Association of Realtors said the HCMC has more than 100,000 realtors, including 20,000 to 30,000 working for professional organizations. Some 50% have lost their jobs as of December, he said. Many cash-strapped developers have failed to pay the brokerage, and so real estate companies are forced to lay off staff or accept losses. So again, the developers, that's crazy. So a developer that hires a brokerage to sell their property, this is a huge mess. Do y'all see why I'm saying the biggest catalyst is going to be new construction? And the struggles are only going to continue. If things continue in this manner, more layoffs are coming. The market slump is a challenge for brokerage firms that are not competitive enough, but an opportunity for professional ones to develop more sustainability. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Only the strong will survive. And that should help us as consumers weed out the weak realtors that we really don't even want in this business. And what happens when, these full-time realtors can't make it through this industry? They're quitting, they're losing their job, and they're going to work with a company that has a salary. They need that guarantee. Here's his quote: "My family has 4 people. I had to quit my job to find a way to make ends meet. And again, in conclusion, that's why I'm saying it starts with new construction, because not only are the developers, all of these other people, suffering, it's a huge job market. There's so many hiring that's done, whether 1099, self-employed, or W-2. The construction, right? Think of all of the construction jobs that are about to be lost. So I'm saying new construction leading us into recession, leading us into price, decline. As a result of the cycle we're in now, we're probably going to see a mass exodus of layoffs in the real estate industry, not only just with sales agents, but really anyone associated with real estate. Now, as that happens, in turn, what's going to happen is the unemployment rate will go up. As the unemployment rate continues to go up, that's when we'll start seeing more and more mortgages start defaulting, more short sales, and more foreclosure starts. And also, probably that's when we're going to have the confirmed recession, probably after Q2 of this year. And we're going to have massive year-over-year price declines. Probably is going to be the greatest, and my guess would be June of this year. So probably June of this year, it's going to be at its worst. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because obviously we're going to, in my opinion, going to be going through several years of a declining housing market. So again, if you're a realtor and you want to stay ahead of this, you have to start asking yourself, what do you truly believe is going to happen, right? And how can you truly help people? If you figure that out, I believe that you'll be successful in any housing market cycle. Now, other than that, you guys, I hope this video gave you guys some new insights, value, and perspective. And if you're out there investing in real estate, I wish you luck, and I hope you win.